Hello.
Welcome.
Hello and great greetings.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hello.
At Orlando Fringe, we believe in amplifying voices. Our goal is to ensure that we are creating and fostering
An inclusive, equitable, and collaborative environment.
One that promotes participation
And openly recruits diverse performances and stories.
providing opportunities
For underrepresented artists and communities.
By not only offering a platform,
For inclusive shows, artwork, and experiences.
but by facilitating and creating opportunities.
For coaching, mentorship, and scholarships
and by offering any guidance.
that might help on their artistic journey.
Ultimately, our greatest ambition
is that artists and patrons of any background
Will see themselves represented.
in the work showcase at the Orlando Fringe Festival.
As well as all of our year-round events.
And that we might serve as a model and inspiration
to other artists
And all arts organizations.
In our own community.
and around the world.
Come check us out.
So join us.
Join us.
So join us.
Welcome to Orlando Fringe.
Welcome to Orlando Fringe.
Welcome to Orlando Fringe.
Welcome to Orlando Fringe.
Welcome to Orlando Fringe. You're all welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Talk Art by Art, where we get to interview some of our gallery artists at Visual Fringe. My name is Melanie Leon, and I'm the Visual Fringe producer here at the Orlando Fringe Festival. And I am so excited today for our episode. We have two amazing artists joining us today. Both of them have works represented in our gallery. So you're going to get to see those pieces and learn a little bit more about them. But before we jump in, I do want to go over a little bit of the fun things that are still happening at Visual Fringe this year. So our gallery this year is digital. It is online, which means you can go on, you can peruse at your own time, you can look through, and if you buy those pieces, they will be shipped directly to you. And 100% of the sales go right back to the artist. So it is a wonderful way to not only support visual arts in Central Florida, but also those artists and their small businesses. So definitely check out our online gallery and buy some pieces. But if you're coming to the festival in person, you can head to the Orlando Shakespeare Courtyard. We have an art market there every single evening of the festival. You can meet some of our gallery artists in person, chat with them, and see what they are selling in person. Get that kind of tangible look at the art that they're offering. We're also having events on the Play What You Can stage, which is also located in the Orlando Shakespeare Theater Courtyard. Those events are all throughout the festival, so make sure to check out the digital program to see that schedule and what events are happening. We are going to be having both installations and live participatory events. And if you head to the lawn, we have some large-scale installations there to take photos with, as well as interact with yourself. So lots of ways to participate in Visual Fringe this year, whether you want to do it online or whether you want to do it in person. But I do want to jump in today to our interviews because we have two wonderful, wonderful artists here with us today. And I want you to learn all about them and see the art that they have to offer and encourage you to go check out that gallery online. So the first artist we have joining us right now is Stephanie. Stephanie is a digital artist, and I'm so excited for you all to learn all about her art. So everyone, if you will, please welcome Stephanie to our stream. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to have you here. This is your first year with Visual Fringe, correct?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So we're so excited for you to get to experience this for the first time and welcome you to our artist family. It truly is an honor. So, Stephanie, I'm a big fan of your work, but I do want the audience to get to know a little bit about you and what brought you to art. So if you tell us a little bit about kind of your process and your thoughts about art, tell us maybe even a little more about your medium too.
Well, I grew up just kind of being creative, and I came from a creative family, so it kind of became natural for me to have a creative outlet. And I knew art was kind of going to be that thing, like drawing and sketching. And I actually went to school, UCF, for illustration. And it wasn't even until when I got to college that I knew I wanted to to do digital art, because like I think Deviant Art was like popping off, and we were able to see all like kinds of art in digital format, and it was just like creative and so cool. And I'm like way too OCD to be painting, so I love like doing just like a Control Z, done, easy. So I love doing digital art. I love like right now I'm kind of in a pinks and purples phase of my drawings. I found out last year I don't use orange, so I'm trying to get into the warmer palettes. But I love drawing portraits, and I think it's very important to have like diversity and inclusivity in art, especially like digital art. And I kind of try to draw women that are like beautiful and just like natural beauty, and like tons of pinks and tons of purples, and definitely a ton of serenity, because that's what we need like now, like inner calm and inner peace.
Absolutely. That's actually interesting you said that. Is I was thinking to myself, when I see your work come up, if I'm looking on Instagram or I see one of your pieces, they do create serenity and peacefulness. The colors and the lines are very calming. Like, they're powerful because the colors pop and the imagery pops, and your women that you illustrate are these powerful, beautiful women, but they're also very peaceful. So I do get that feeling from them. But speaking of, I want to just tell you, definitely follow Stephanie on Instagram. You will be scrolling and they will pop up, and you will have those really nice colors right there. That is how you follow Stephanie. You'll have those really nice colors kind of flow through, and they create like an ease across you because they are just so calming and beautiful. So definitely follow Stephanie on Instagram. Keep up to date on that artwork. So Stephanie, I found it interesting. You said that you often, or you currently now are in a phase of a couple colors. Do you find through your artistic process that you go through phases of either imagery or colors or topics?
Yeah, definitely. Like once I started dabbling in the pink and purple phase, I was just like, ooh, I just love this color combination, and I can do so much with it, like skin tones and different kinds of environments. I like the implication that there's an environment in my drawings, but not having an environment, so it kind of adds like a little mystery, like what's happening, why is she purple? It's sunset, who knows? So yeah, so right now in my like pinks and purples, and I'm trying to branch out, but it's just like it's very easy to just go back to like the colors that captivate you the most. And like right now I'm definitely in a phase that I don't think I'll be out of anytime soon.
I totally get that. But it's interesting to know that what our phase is, like as artists, to understand what phase we are in.
Yeah, I think it's important to like be self-aware with what you're making and how people are receiving it, because like Picasso had his blue phase, and like that's a huge thing in our history. Like we should all know like what, like how we're feeling. We should be as artists in tune with our emotions and what we're making.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you find that art is a way for you to kind of even process through some of those emotions, which impacts what phase you're in, kind of the emotional state you're in?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm definitely like an overthinker, so I like to just pretend that I'm like sitting, I'm calm, I'm like in the like water, just floating, just trying to find inner peace and find like just being still for like a second. For sure.
Absolutely. And so you said you do a lot of portraits. Do you find that you get a lot of commissions of people asking you to do portraits of them, or do you enjoy doing commissions, or do you enjoy kind of doing the full creation process, no inspiration of another person's face, whatever kind of in that moment you're feeling?
I love both. I actually do commissions on Etsy, and I love because when I do my own stuff for me, I take my time with it. I'm just like trying to be, okay, just this is what I'm gonna do, like actually in response to my emotional needs. But for people's portrait commissions, I try to aim for what they're going for. And I think it's super exciting because sometimes people are going to be like, I want to be holding my puppy while also holding my partner. And I try to find the nicest, the sweetest composition for people's portraits. And I think also gives you just like a lot of practice drawing other people, which is super important. You'll start to get a handle of people's body shapes, different like outer shapes, like this person has around her head, this one has like a pear body, you know. I love doing portrait commissions in part because it is practice. It's like I'm drawing other people. That's like so exciting.
It is, and they always turn out beautiful. So I'm happy that me, as someone who loves your art, is happy that you do both. So, but we've been talking about your art, but I want to make sure the audience gets to see your art, especially the art that's currently in the gallery. So we're going to bring up your first piece and talk about that a little bit. So this piece is Refresh, which is just absolutely amazing, kind of the mirroring. And I was hoping you could kind of tell us just a little bit about this piece.
Yeah, I did this at the very beginning of 2021, and I was like, I haven't changed that much during quarantine. Like, I feel like I've changed, but I haven't changed. Like, there's no physical change in me, but there's a lot of emotional change. And it was kind of just trying to find self-reflection, just be like, this is who I am. This is like what it's gonna be, and all you can only do is just like rise and shine, you know, basically. And like I have a twin sister, so like there's also that duality, like, you know, we're looking at each other. She's been doing stained glass, so I've been inspired by her stained glass. So I like try to work in some kind of like overlay colors, just organic against static images, and like icons, basically the leaf with the sun, but like straight versus curves. I try to focus on a lot of contrast in my line work.
Absolutely. I also kind of get that feeling here. You were talking about how you may not do a full environment, but you do kind of hints of an environment, which adds that kind of mystery. I do get that here with kind of the leaves and then the sun. You still get that kind of intrigue and that mystery here. Wow. Okay, so out of curiosity, what is your twin sister? If your twin sister was one of these, which of you would be which? I'm
Probably
curious.
the wavy hair one, definitely.
Okay, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about, you know, the creation process. So what program do you use? How do you kind of get to this end product?
So I actually been using Procreate for the last couple of years, few years actually. And by far it's like the easiest drawing program I've ever done. It's as close to getting as to drawing in a sketchbook. And I love all the brushes, and I love the texture you can get from the brushes. And generally what I like to do is just when I have an idea, I kind of just need to like sketch it out a few times, maybe 3 sketches at sometimes 5 sketches another, until I can like hone in on what I actually want versus what's like unnecessary in the composition. And for that one, I knew I wanted to just like do a mirror effect, but just slight changes here and there with different colors that aren't pink and purple. Kind of like a, you know, it's always summer here in Florida. I want to do something that's a little brighter than I normally do, and just kind of, you know, brighten up a composition with like 2 portraits.
Yeah, I love it. And I love the duality and how it comes together. It really is beautiful. As well as the next one, which does, as you said, kind of delves into a little bit of the orange. You were saying you were expanding into orange a little bit. So your next piece is called Sun-Kissed, and there's that orange. Such a big fan of this one, and the reflection in the glasses with the background. Again, one of those ones that I'm like, I wish I was wherever this person is.
Oh, yeah, me too, for sure.
Like, that's right. That's where I want to be. But please, tell us a little bit about Sun-Kissed.
So I actually did this during a live stream, and I was doing a couple of sketches during the stream, and I was just kind of like feeling it out. Someone said I should do someone with wavy hair, actually curly hair, and I definitely did not do curly hair. But it was in January, and it was pretty like cold and dreary, and like it's supposed to be hot and warm here in Florida, and I was just completely missing that. So I just was kind of taking myself into a tropical paradise, if you will, and just like have someone there who can just like embody just tropical sun, warmth all around. while also kind of giving some more playing around with a little bit of cool colors, but mostly like warm greens. Trying to find that middle ground with orange. It was definitely like a challenge because I'm not used to orange, but it just takes practice.
Well, I think the orange worked perfectly in this one. It's very powerful. I also truthfully really enjoy the white around it and how sharp and stunning the V of the neckline into the necklace and then the little pop of color at the bottom is. I think it's a really cool composition and line work. So that's one of the reasons I love that piece so much.
Thank you. It's funny that you say pop of color because that's my motto. Just have a pop of color somewhere on you.
Every day and in your art, right?
Yeah.
I love that so much. That's absolutely so true. And part of the reason I think your art stands out and is both like calming but grabbing is because you do have that pop of color. And it's so fun to watch and see. But again, definitely don't forget to follow Stephanie on Instagram. And if people are interested in asking for a commission, tell them just what your name is on Etsy real quick.
It's the Knob on Snow paper goods or paper stationery. I can't remember. We changed it a couple of times, but it's in my Instagram and my link tree, so it's easy to like click onto.
Easy to find. So definitely check out our gallery. Go find those 2 pieces from Stephanie. Check them out. Again, if you purchase them, 100% of the sales go right back to Stephanie so that she can continue kind of working through her process and her products and keep making beautiful, beautiful art. So Stephanie, thank you so much for chatting with me. Those pieces are sensational. I'm so thrilled to have them in our gallery. Follow Stephanie, find her on Etsy. And Stephanie, we'll check back in at the end of the show. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Oh, how wonderful. I love having different types of art in our gallery, from paint on canvas to digital to what our next artist provides, which is maybe a newer addition to the gallery that you have not seen as much of, which is really, really exciting, having those different mediums, having those different styles. So next to join us is Amanda. And I'm going to invite you all to welcome Amanda as she joins us on this stream. Hello, 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 Amanda. Hi. So happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
And thank you for having me.
Yay. So Amanda, I want to have you talk about your art. I'm really, really excited about this. I actually first found Amanda on Instagram, and Amanda's art not only is fantastic, but also often provides a little bit of a chuckle, which to me is also so important in art, is those connections to things that we know in our real life and that also bring a smile to our face. So I'm really excited for Amanda to be here and to talk about her art. So Amanda, tell us a little bit about your medium, how you started with that medium, and kind of when you started.
Yeah, so my medium is really like embroidery, cross stitch, as you're familiar with, something like a little old school, but still fun. Like I think it's definitely making a comeback, as a lot of things are. And yeah, so I've always, like Stephanie, I've always been more of like the creative side ever since like I was a little girl. Like I always just wanted to be an artist. I was always wanting to like make things with my hands, and it just really, that's like what grounded me when I was younger, and still today. It's what helps me with my anxieties, my stress. Like I can always pick something up when I'm having a bad day, and it just takes whatever was stuck in my brain away, and I'm just in a different moment. And like you said, my medium makes me smile, things that make me laugh, and just genuinely get rid of any bad stress that I'm dealing with for the day. But yeah, I got into embroidery actually like more so through my family. Like a lot of my older relatives like are into embroidery, more of like, you know, not the fun like kind of sometimes inappropriate things. But yeah, I just found like it was a really good way to calm me down. And I'm not much of a painter anymore. I'm not much of a drawer, but I just love being able to focus and just make something with my hands. Like that's just where I feel my most calm and collected and put together. I've been doing it about, I think, since 2019. And then once quarantine hit and I was at home for, you know, a good while, that's when I really had the time and I needed something to distract me and make me happy and make me laugh. And I just really dug deep with it.
Yeah. And I'm glad you did, because it also makes me happy and it makes me laugh. So selfishly, I'm very happy that you did dig into it. But if you are also looking for that happy and that laugh in your Instagram feed, definitely follow Amanda on Instagram. Totally worth it. I promise you, you will definitely see a piece that not only you relate to and you understand where it comes from, but will make you laugh. So right there, that is the Instagram, which also brings me kind of to my next question. So nerds get stitches. So that kind of implies maybe what often you're kind of embroidering or crocheting in your work. You've maybe got like a little bit of a slight pop culture-y references in it. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely, like you'll probably see a bunch of Harry Potter, like Star Wars, TV references, music references, like just the fun nerdy things that just I think anyone could love or relate to or be like, oh, you don't see very much of that. I love that. It's fun. It's unique. Represent the nerds out there.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And is there anywhere else, just before I forget, anywhere else people can find your art?
Yeah, I'm actually at Etsy as well with Nerds Get Stitches. It's not quite built up, but I'm definitely in the progress. You'll definitely see a bunch of different things. Like I've started making my own patterns if it's something that you'd be interested in creating at home to kind of relax and chill out. I make little pins, buttons, and then finished pieces there as well.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the learning curve of this. You know, you said you started maybe about 2019 with kind of like a family connection, but what have you found is the learning curve of this process? You know, you said you're using it as stress relief, but sometimes the learning curve adds a little stress before it relieves a little stress. So I'm interested to hear about that.
There can be a learning curve, and it's really just finding your own way as like far as how to stitch something, how to finish something, how to secure it. But what makes it easy is that if you don't like something, there's plenty of times where I'm just like ripping the seams back out to start all over again. But it makes it really easy for beginners too, because you're not having to throw away a canvas or a piece of paper or have a ton of erase marks. So it's very forgiving for beginners. And yeah, it's for everybody. It's definitely something you can learn easily on your own. And that's really where I started, was just like try and see what happens with it. There again are plenty of times where I'm like, what am I doing? And just like rip it out and start over. But that's actually kind of refreshing too. So
Kind of giving yourself a clean slate moment.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's been frustrating. I completely get that too. Absolutely. Do you find yourself leaning towards any specific one topic? Is there something that really brings you a lot of joy in particular to create?
Not really in particular. Like I'm always have ideas going on. Like my phone has just a notepad of like different quotes that I think are funny from television, movies, song lyrics that I think like really speak to me, characters or actors and things. I'm always getting inspired. So there's really no limit. It usually tends to stick more on the pop culture, like nerdy side of things, but nothing's off limit.
I love that.
Nothing's time to get it done.
Especially if you have the time to get it done. Yeah. And as things are opening up and we're not home as much, yeah, definitely makes it harder to do it. Do you find that you ever bring your projects with you on the move?
Oh yeah, like I have needles and scissors like in my purse, which I'm probably at like the wrong place. It's going to be a problem, but I always have like thread that I'm finding in the bottom of a tote bag. I have hoops with me everywhere. If I have a minute out of my day, like I'm gonna relax and try to get stuff done.
That's fantastic. I would love to just see you sitting down at a restaurant and then just taking it out and being like, I'm waiting. I might as well. I'm here. That's so great. But I do want the audience to get to see your work. So you have 3 pieces in the gallery. which are bright and colorful and fun and funny and just fantastic additions to the gallery. So your very first piece, I'm excited to show everybody. So this piece right here is embroidery. It is called Juicy, as you know, you might expect. Tell us a little bit about this piece or what inspired you to make it.
So actually, it's one of my most used emojis. Like honestly, it's my favorite emoji. I don't know what that says about me, but you know.
Hey, I think a lot of us can relate to that. So I think we're at that point that a lot of us use that emoji. So that's totally understandable. So did you sit down one day and go, wait a minute, I have to do this with my most used emoji?
Yeah, basically, I'm like, what's something small and fun that, you know, I have a couple hours that I want to relax. I need some inspiration. You know what? We're going to go with the favorite emoji.
I love it. I love that. How long do you think a piece like this takes you to make?
It really depends. Sometimes I need to set something down and walk away from it to kind of refresh myself and get a different perspective. I would say maybe 3 hours.
Wow, that's actually really impressive. I always, look at embroidery and think how detailed each little stitch is. So the fact that you've gotten to the point where you can knock these out in 3 hours is really quite skilled. That's amazing. That's amazing. Have you found like a certain thread or a certain hoop or anything that makes it easier or harder for you?
Not particularly. Like most of my hoops can be found at any craft store, art store. I am partial to DMC embroidery thread. Again, that can be found at any craft store. And I like that because different cloths sometimes require different amount of thread. And with DMC thread, you can easily split and pull like 1, 2, 3, however many pieces you need to make it fit with that cloth, if it makes sense. And they're also easy because they don't knot up when you're doing all those individual crosses. They lay nice and flat.
Wow. Yeah, I can see how flat these look. That's so neat. Wonderful. Yay. I'm so happy. So let's go ahead and bring up your next piece to kind of keep talking about things that made me laugh. And that's the truth. So we've got Boob Punch here. So tell me a little bit about this one.
So this is a quote from Bob's Burgers, if you're into that show. And it was just a funny line. And I think, honestly, in these crazy times, like, don't be such a boob punch. Like, relax, chill out, have a good time. Don't stress.
I love that. So this is maybe one of those moments you were saying that you have a notepad in your phone where you hear a line that you really like and you're typing it out to kind of give you that inspiration list to go back to.
Yep.
How long would you say your inspiration list is now? Because I often find with myself, my inspiration list ends up being so long, longer than I could.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, like, how am I going to do everything that I want to do? Like, I have my notepad on my phone, but I also use grid paper, and there's the whole pad that has stuff there. And I have on my computer, I have programs, pieces that I've drew up digitally that I'm like, okay, I just need to find the time to do this now. So the inspiration is endless, but the time is another thing.
Time is always another thing. So you often will draw up or sketch or digitally mark down the pieces before you go in to create them.
Yeah, so using grid paper, or recently I started using my computer. I would go in and do like each individual X with a different marker, depending on if I wanted to add color. And then that just became a whole thing of trying to like line things up where, to me, they looked good, because I am my own worst enemy in critiques and perfectionism, where I'm like, I don't like this. So rip it out and start over again, and then like have to erase what I did on my grid paper and try to line it up. It's a lot more math than you think it would be.
Absolutely. The counting and the X's and making sure you can like go across and then come back, right? Oh, there's a lot of math.
It is a lot.
I
and
have
I'm
done-
not the best at math.
Yeah, I have done one half of an embroidery project and was like, oh
Yeah.
no, there's so much to keep track of. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
one thing can just ruin everything else.
Yes. But your work looks amazing. So I would never ever guess that there was ever a stall moment. But which also this last piece is also sensational. I want to bring up called Michael Scott is Always Beyonce. Tell us a little bit about this piece.
Okay, so again, going out to my nerds, if you are a big Office fan, you would understand that Michael Scott is always Beyonce. And again, another pop culture reference and just something that makes me smile and something that just makes me happy.
Absolutely. Hey, it made me smile too. But yes, audience out there, you know, if you're an Office fan, if you're a fan of any of these pieces, head to the gallery, check them out, purchase them. 100% of the money goes right back to Amanda. So definitely, there's the link, which will get you to the link to the website. You'll find it. You'll find the digital gallery. It's right there. It's easy to find. And you can buy these amazing pieces, including those embroidery pieces we just saw. Follow Amanda on Instagram. Check out that Etsy to see all of the pieces that are coming up. No matter which kind of fandom or pop culture you're into, Amanda has that list, and I'm sure you're going to find a piece that speaks just to you. So, Amanda, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
It's so an honor. I'm actually going to bring Stephanie back on. We can kind of do a quick little wrap up. Amanda, Stephanie, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being such talented, amazing humans and creating such wonderful art.
Thank you.
It is a true joy to kind of scroll and see your art pop up. It's a true joy to see it in the gallery. And it was a true joy to speak to you both again. Audience, follow them. Check out the digital gallery. Keep up to date on their artistic journey. Buy some pieces. And definitely let us know when you do buy a piece, what piece you bought from Amanda or Stephanie. I want to hear it. I want to see it. So thank you both again. Thank you everyone for watching today. We hope to see you either at the digital gallery or in person at the festival. And we'll see you soon. Thank you so much and have a great day, everybody.